Hello fellow Hunters of the Blue, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to my most and your least favorite kind of videos, sculpting content. As you may know, I've been doing a series called Zero Scale, where I've been painting all of the Space Marines from the Kill Team starter set in different chapter colors, and I had for a long time a scheme for every single mini except for the Captain. Until now, he will be a soul drinker, the less heretic of all the chapters. But that also means that I have an issue with the chapter symbol. I hate freehanding metallic details. They always look awful, but then I realized, why not just sculpt it? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use Greenstuff to sculpt the Soul Drinker symbol. But before we start, let me talk to you about today's video sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is a community full of passionate people passionate about teaching others, and people passionate to learn new things. Skillshare is full of thousands of amazing classes in any topic you can think of. For example, what I think is the most impressive class I've ever seen, ZBrush Character Likeness Sculpting by Nextat. This class is probably the best sculpting class I've ever seen, and it really made me excited to sculpt again, especially digitally. That's something I've always wanted to learn, and now I have an aspirational target to challenge me. On top of that, Skillshare now offers Learning Paths. Learning Paths are a series of curated classes designed to help you master a specific skill, like designing a 3D video game in Unreal Engine. Skillshare is the largest online learning community full of creatives. This winter, invest in yourself, starting a learning journey on Skillshare to explore your creativity and find new passions. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today. So, thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and let's get cracking. My first step, especially for such a complicated symbol, is to use a permanent marker, like this. My first step, usually when I'm trying to do this kind of complicated stuff, is to mark the very center. Then I like to roughly mark the outline of my symbol. Just to have a clear picture of what I want to do, and especially what scale we're dealing with, because it can be very tricky, because the shoulder pad looks really big, but it gets very small once you start sculpting. As always, I'm going to be using Greenstuff. I'm going to mix roughly 50-50, but if you were to tune your mix, I would probably lean slightly towards more yellow, which is going to make for sharper edges. And the first thing I'm going to do is the base of the cup, like the basic shape with no details on it, just the outline of the cup. Then I will probably do the two decorations at the side, but let's start with the cup. It's easier if you divide the sculpt into smaller pieces that are easier to approach. For example, for the cup itself, I'm sculpting a semicircle, and the way I do that is I roughly sketch the lower bit using my clay shapers. Then I move on to the metal tools, and using this very sharp one, I can cut the putty into a perfect flat surface. There you go. You probably will be tempted at this stage to start doing all of the details on top of this part of the cup, the three like gems or drops or whatever they are. But don't, because that will make for a messy result. The way to do a really clean and professional looking job, something that looks like it was made from the factory, is to do it in stages. You have to be patient and leave this to fully dry. Most important thing with the cup is to make sure that the top part of the cup is parallel to the lower bit of the trim. This line, and this line should be as parallel as possible. Once I am happy with the top section and it looks smooth and the putty is the same thickness all around, there you go. Now I will start sculpting the lower section. Because I can clean it later, I don't really care about the straight edge at the bottom. What I want is to get a nice shape and then on the top section, and then I can just clean it with a metal tool. So in this case, because I have smaller details, I'm working with my metal tools from the very beginning. Try not to touch the part of the symbol that's already there. So as you see, I am trying to move my putty into a triangle shape, or roughly a triangle. Then I can come in and give it that curved shape, just like that. And don't be afraid to turn your model upside down. It really helps with symmetry. My main concerns are, first of all, symmetry, because that's the most important. And second, smoothness. For the smoothing part, I like to resort to my clay shapers. Just like that. And once I have that shape in a state that I am quite happy with, I can come in with my metal tool and define the lower edge again. Just like that. Just taking out some pieces and then making sure we don't have any ugly bits of putty there, and some final shaping and pushing it around till I am happy with the result. I can now plot the divisions here and finish up shaping the cup. Now I can do the two decorations on the side of the chalice. And these are quite cool to sculpt and very, very easy. I'm going to start with making a little sausage out of Greenstuff, just placing it where I think it should be with my finger. Then I can press it down with my clay shapers, no water now. We don't want any water to seep in between the putty and the model. We want the strongest adhesion possible. And now we can start moving this around and cutting it and shaping it with my sharper metal tools. We're going to sculpt this into a leafy shapes, but that doesn't mean we can just leave it with tool marks. It's very important we erase all of the tool marks before we get into the fine sculpting. And now we get into the fine sculpting. This is a super cool trick. Well, trick is more than trick, is a technique really, but it's very, very cool. You want a sharp, thin tool, and we're going to do a zigzag pattern from the bottom to the top. Now it looks a little bit messy now. I've lost a lot of practice with this. Now I'm going to follow those lines. Like that. Now I'm going to get a very sharp clay shaper and I'm going to press inwards and pull it towards me. Press and pull, press and pull. I press at the base and then pull it towards me. So I press at the base and pull towards me, press at the base, pull towards me. And you can start to see the leaves coming through. There you go. There you go, that's pretty cool. I'm very happy with that. It's one of those techniques that it's always fascinating. And if you want to make sure the leaves are pointy, which I do want, I come with my sharp tool and I can just, cut there and make sure the leaves are as sharp as possible. And there you go. I think that is a pretty good approximation to the Soul Drinker's emblem. I just need to do the other side now and make it symmetrical, which is quite a challenge. This is as good as I'm ever going to get this. Now I need this to get fully cured and strong so I don't mess it up, and then I can sculpt the spikes, the triangles coming from the chalice, and the 3 drops or gems on the front of the chalice in a clean and simple way. Hopefully that turns out well. I just left this drying through the night, and as you can see, I can now do whatever I want on top of this without disturbing my work, and that's exactly what we want. The key to the triangles here is to make them thinner than the cup, because they need to look like they are coming out of the cup. So I will use my metal tool here, which I can exert quite a lot of pressure, especially compared to the rubber ones, and I'm going to make like another semicircle. By doing a semicircle, I can leave the surface very, very smooth, and that will make my life easier and the job look cleaner. What it also allows me is to plot the height of my triangles. Now that I have this more or less plotted to a point that I think it looks good, I'm going to cut the triangles out. And for this, you can use a scalpel to do that. I always like to try different tools because you always tend to rely on the same tools over and over again, the ones that you feel comfortable with, and those are not necessarily the best ones. But for this application, I didn't like the scalpel very much, if I'm honest. And as you can see, I can shape and form my triangles. It needs to have one certain triangle and 2 small triangles on each side. Putting the sculpt upside down really helps with the symmetry. It really gives you a different point of view to what you are usually used to, and helps with assessing if what you're doing looks good or not. Now I have the issue that it's a little bit hard to read the separation between both elements. So what I will do is separate them physically. Just going to draw a line, placing my scalpel against the hard surface. There you go. It's a very subtle difference, but it does make a big difference in terms of readability of the different details, and I'm very happy with it. So for the balls, I'm going to pick up a very small bit of putty, put it in my finger there, and roll it into a small ball, like that. And then I can take this ball, just like that. Then I'm going to take my clay shaper, because again, if I use water to push it down with my metal tools, it's going to create a bad bond, and it's such a small piece of putty that I really don't want that. And I'm going to use the same clay shaper to more or less put it into the final shape. Now it's secure, and this might be enough for you, but I can't help myself but to go around the perimeter with a metal tool to ensure a perfect adhesion and a nice clean edge. Now that it's done, it's just the last detail, and again, this is an optional detail because it's not on the real symbol, but I think it's going to add a lot of definition to the lower section instead of adding more clutter to the upper section that we already have quite a bit cluttered, if I'm honest, with the 3 decorations and the spikes. And it's so easy to add a small rim on the bottom because, well, we have this hard surface we cannot mess up and a hard edge here we can use for cleanup, so it's pretty simple. I'm going to take a little bit of putty, roll it into a little sausage, place it more or less where I want it, and use my clay shaper to put it into the final place and make sure it's nice and secure. Then we can go back with our metal tools and I can press it into its final shape. And there you go. That's it. And I think that extra addition makes the symbol look so much better. And I'm really happy with how that turned out. So I really hope this gives you all the tools you need to approach your chapter symbol if you want to go into the super fun adventure of sculpting your own onto your shoulder pads to give that super extra detail onto your heroes or HQ units. The Soul Drinkers emblem looks great, and I am very happy as now I can paint it metallic and make it look amazing. I will never understand why sculpting videos have such a small audience. I personally think they are amazing and a lot of fun to watch, but here we are. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget that if you like my videos and want to help me make them, you can follow me on social media. You have the links to all my social media in the description below and the pinned comment of this video. But most importantly, there is Patreon and channel members. Patrons and members allow me to do all the cool videos that I want to make, and most importantly, they allow me to keep releasing videos for free here on YouTube. Perks include access to an amazing Discord community full of lovely people, access to many more Patreon exclusive videos, and now also private one-on-one online tutorings. Help me and join the list of the coolest persons in the planet, including Andrew Ham, CS Neon 2000, Shane Kirby, Harry Emus, JS, Eric Grosjean, Rob, Nicholas Brownie, Big Beer 83, Dare Dare, Kim Bengtsson, Derek Bell, Alan Hansen, Rob Hassal, Stephen K, JP Andre, Bladovic, Arnaud, John J, Emeran Stewart, Kevin Price, Anthony Panullo, Jared Hughes, Rob Jewitt, Eric McKenzie, Daniel McCormack Smell, Mac G, Dave Griffiths, Victor Cory Tickler, Lugubrious Cranholm, Soil CFF, Emilio Engix, 3Gs, Marco Parasnik, James Coplin, Rogelio Thomas, Geek Daddy, Wandering Paria, Quintango, TTSS Productions, Jake Hoover, Nicholas Acebar, Minis by Eb, Benjamin Dan Crandall, Emily Queen of Lost, Nicola Davis, Agon David, Pablo Cuesta, Benjamin Barbet, Pumpkin Hill, Chris Black, Jacob, Matthias Babiuk, Andrei Michensko, Aaron Miller, Jake Staines, Stefan Zimmerman, Tom, Martin Reverois, Shishual, PJM, Matt Wallace, Mark Carter, Hendricks, Chester Ross, Adam Foots, Tyler Hughes, Chris G, Allman Gaming, Spacey Joe, Mark Watson, Hamish Donald, Matthew Lang, Star Wars Stavro, Star G, Mark Regueira, Romain, Miniatura, Just Rex, Dr. Cathabar, Angelo Salexo, Des, Joseph Nicola Ancona, Mark Valencourt, Felix Franke, Aaron Verstein, Daniel Ramin, Bowsy, Terry Tenham, Plunge, Beyond, Howard Holwell, Stephanie Ol, Stephen Rockford, Roger Nelson, Oscar Jonathan Thornberg, Ning Nguyem, Dan Marco Cristalios, Bartosz Badensky, Kevin Mian, Darcy Farrar, Matthias Maximus, Javi Mota, Alan Thaxton, Heather Amstead, Mark Atkinson, Mark Jarvis, Fergal, Josh Simpson, Christoph Moret, G4, Dr. V, Nat Lineman, Kieran Multher, Andrew Dyer, and Kevin Sulas. And as for me, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!